Speech off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to ask you all to grant me a bookish request. So, it is August 1st, and August is my birthday month. And I wanted to do something kind of special for my birthday. Something bookishly special. I love watching other people, and what they get on their birthdays. I love a good old birthday haul because there's always tons of books. But that's not really something that can be really done for me because most of my books are digital. So you kind of have to get those yourself, through Audible or, well, in my case, Bookshare, where I download them or whatever. Or Libby or, it just doesn't leave a lot of room for bookish gifting. Not that I'm asking for presents, but, I still would love to get kind of the same recommendations directed toward me, just in a different way. So, I thought that I would ask all of you to give me some bookish recommendations that are in my wheelhouse that will give me a fantastic August TBR. So, I do have a list already kind of going just from books that I already had on my TBR that I wanted to get to. So, I'll kind of go through those as quickly as I can. And then, yeah. So, the first one I have is The Reading List by Sarah Nisha Adams. This one is apparently about a girl who makes friends with a widower, kind of. The widower, his name is Mukesh. He just lost his wife and is kind of a loner. And he worries about his granddaughter, Priya, who hides in her room reading while he spends his evenings watching nature documentaries. I guess her and his wife used to talk books. So he wants to be able to talk books with her. So he meets Alicia, who is a teenager who's working at the library for the summer. And she discovers this book list, and she decides to read all the books on it. And just because she's bored. And basically, she meets Mukesh, and I guess they start talking books through this list. She kind of makes friends with him reluctantly and she just kind of probably unknowingly recommends a book from the list, and it goes from there. So it's curmudgeonly old man, friends with a young person. This is exactly my thing. I love a curmudgeon. It's not a romance. And I love books about books. So that is one thing I like that you can kind of go with. Next, I have The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot by Marianne Cronin. I've had this on my TBR forever. This is about an extraordinary friendship, again, between a young person and an older person. They're both terminally ill. And they're in the hospital, and they're taking an art class together. So it's a teenager and an old lady who's 83 years old named Margot. And they decide to do a painting of the 100 years of Lenny and Margot. If you count the two ages, they live 100 years. I guess to be kind of remembered, and you kind of read about their each of their stories and stuff. So that sounds like fun. And also a tearjerker, but I'm interested anyway. I heard about this from Amanda from On the Middle Shelf a long time ago. So, yeah. Anyway. Then I have A Day Like This by Kelly McNeil. So, I guess this woman goes to the takes her daughter to the pediatrician, and I guess she has some kind of accident, the mother, and wakes up to a world where her daughter doesn't exist. So she's trying to get back to her daughter, I guess. So that's kind of fascinating. Alternate universe sort of thing. I've been wanting to read that for a while. Then Finlay Donovan Jumps the Gun. Third one in the Finlay Donovan series. Then we have The Atonement Child by Francine Rivers. I've had this one on my TBR for a long time, but I've not read it yet, and I really want to. And Chloe from Always Booked just read it, I think last month. I can't remember. But yeah, I like the trope of sort of unplanned pregnancies or unplanned acquired children. I obviously don't like the way this one happens, but it is still an interesting story. So in this one, the pregnancy happens unconsensually, so to speak, which is terrible, but like, I think the story from there sounds really interesting. So, but yeah, some of the books that I do like are just found family, unplanned kids in some way or another, an abandoned baby. I love a good foster care story. I have another one on my list further down. So yeah, that's kind of another trope I really enjoy. Just unplanned acquired children. I have Drowning by T.J. Newman, which is completely random considering my likes, but I've had this forever. T.J. Newman likes to write about plane crashes and like life and death situations. And this one, I guess the plane falls into the ocean. So, yikes. This one's been on my TBR since it came out a year ago. And it's not, I haven't read it merely because it's hard to find a time. I always heard that once you start reading this one, you cannot stop reading it. So, like, I've never found a time where where I know that I am not going to be annoyed because they interrupt me. So, yeah. Then I have the If I Run series on my list that I hope to get to. We'll see. Like I said, all of these books are just like, I went through my TBR and I found all the books that caught my attention and I put them down. Depending on your recommendations, my whole list may change, but these are just ideas. So, I have that whole series. If I Run by Terry Blackstock. Every Christian fiction booktuber I know has raved about this series, so I'm gonna try it. Then we have At Least You Have Your Health by Maddie Sinha. This one sounds, it's medical fiction. I also weirdly like that, but I love like stories about midwifery, and this is kind of like that, I guess, from what I understand. I'll read the description of this one because it's kind of odd. I heard about it from the Currently Reading podcast. Dr. Maya Rayo is a gynecologist trying to balance a busy life. With 3 young children, a career, and a happy marriage, she should be grateful. On paper, she has it all. But after a disastrous encounter with the patient, Maya is forced to walk away from the city hospital where she spent her entire career. A new opportunity arises when Maya enrolls her daughter at an exclusive private school and crosses paths with Amelia DeGil. I can't pronounce his last name. DeGillies? Amelia is the owner and entrepreneur behind Eunoia. Women's Health. A concierge wellness clinic specializes in house calls and for its clientele of wealthy women for whom no vitamin infusion or healing crystal is too expensive. All Eunoia needs is a gynecologist to join its ranks. And I guess the clinic is shady. I don't know. But I do enjoy a good midwifery type story, and that kind of fits it. Then we have Burlington by Heather Dixon. I think it came out last year. I love suburban dramas, and this one sounds like a suburban drama where a couple of the moms go missing in this like suburban neighborhood. So it sounds fun. Mom's behaving badly and something happens. Think Big Little Lies. I'm in. Then we have The Lake House by Kate Morton. I've had this on my list forever. I've not read it because it's so long. Then we have The Runaway Midwife by Patricia Harmon. My thing about midwives. There's also a series that she writes, the Midwife of Hope River series. I've not read those yet either, but I'm more interested in the modern one for some reason. For now. I'll go back to those at some point, but I love a good midwife story. And especially if they're from the war. But this one's modern. Now here are some World War II books, which is another genre I love. World War II historical fiction in particular. We have The Paris Housekeeper by Renee Ryan. That one just came out last December. And The Keeper of Hidden Books by Madeline Martin. That one has books about books and World War II. The Underground Library by Jennifer Ryan, another Jennifer Ryan. This one is about the Blitz and the Underground Library in Bethnal Green, I think it's called. Yeah. So, yeah. 3 women kind of band together to, I guess, save this library. Then I have Her Last Chance by Alison Ragsdale. It's the only Alison Ragsdale book I have left to read from the ones that I was interested in. Helpless by Kathy Glass. It's the next Kathy Glass book that's coming out this month. That's just a given. It's going to be read one way or the other. Maria, a novel of Maria von Trapp that just came out. I'm going to start that one tonight. I'm so excited. All They Ask Is Everything by Hadley. I cannot say this name. This one's coming out August 27th. I'm really excited. It is a custody battle. There is foster care. It is everything that I love in a book. A Promise to My Sister. This one comes out August 29th. I don't know if that'll actually be read in August because it comes out so late in the year, but it is a World War II historical fiction with a kid in it. Honestly, my favorite World War II books are ones with kids in them because, like, I love the suspense part of, do they hide this baby or not? You know, like, that's just, it's high stakes. So, yeah. Then we have The Best Life Book Club. That one's a book about books. Modern book about books, you know. This one, so I might read it, about a bunch of women who form a book club. Sounds like fun. It Had to Be You by Beth Moran. This one has foster care in it. The Midwife's Child by Amanda Lease. A World War II book with a midwife in it. Apparently it's part of a series, but it doesn't look like the series has, like, it's one of those series that needs to be read in order. They all sound like different characters. So those are all the books that I found on my Goodreads that I am, like, into reading immediately. I don't know if they'll be read, especially with your recommendations. Probably taking precedence, but that's okay. I'm more interested in yours than I am in mine. So yeah, that's kind of the general idea of what I love in books. The only thing I don't have on my list is an Amish book, which is funny. I love Amish books. So yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the gamut of what I like to read. I love historical fiction, particularly World War II. Found family stories, adoption stories, suburban dramas. A good kidnapping is always good, which I know that sounds kind of sick. I like a good, I don't know, parenthood story for some reason. I think just because those have high stakes. I'm not a parent, so I don't know why I'm, like, attracted to those, but I am. Am I missing a category? Yeah, like I said, midwives. I don't know. Suburban dramas, that kind of thing. So, women's fiction, I guess. So yeah, that's kind of in the realm of things I enjoy reading. So yeah, I'm going to tag everyone who I think has bookish overlap to me. But if any of you guys want to chime in the comments, that would be great. Even if you're not tagged, I'd appreciate recommendations so I can have a really good August TBR month. So yeah, I did start an Amazon wish list just for fun. The likelihood that I'll actually put anything on it is slim. And no, I'm not asking for anybody to buy anything from it. I'm just, letting you know that I added it. I only have 3 books on it, honestly, because it's really hard to get to, add books when I acquire most of them myself. So that's why it's not really a feasible option, but you never know how big it'll get. Although, it's kind of a good thing it doesn't get that big, because it means that most books are available for me to read. So, yeah. And I also added my email address in case any of you guys want to get in touch with me personally, to my YouTube profile. So, yeah. that's just kind of a general update. So, anyway, other than that, the best birthday present would be a subscription. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.
Speed. Stop recording video.